In the Splatoon 3 Direct we did get in August 2022, it was announced that we will be getting large scale paid DLC. So what I thought I would do in this video is discuss my thoughts about that DLC and what we might get for it next year. So what will the large scale paid DLC be? I don't feel like it will be anything multiplayer based. I feel like it will be all single player because Nintendo wouldn't want to split the player base between people that have the DLC and people that don't have the DLC. So I don't feel like we will get anything big like a big new game mode like a Battle Royale. I don't feel like a Battle Royale would be even possible for the Splatoon series, especially for a lot of players like 100 player lobbies, because that would mean that you would have to have 100 different colours in every single Battle Royale match, and I don't feel like the Switch is capable of doing that. I don't feel like the fan base would be on board with a Battle Royale sort of game mode. But yeah, I don't feel like this will be multiplayer. I feel like this will be single player focused. With them saying large scale paid DLC, it does make it seem like this will be bigger in length compared to the Octo expansion DLC. Or maybe that could mean that we might get multiple paid DLC single player sort of campaigns. It will be interesting to see what Nintendo will be doing in terms of that. Maybe it could be a thing where one year we will get one DLC and then another year we will get more DLC on top of that. Maybe we will get multiple DLCs during the life cycle for Splatoon 3. But I really do feel like how we will access the DLC is through this area right here in Splatsville. It really does seem set up to be where we will access the DLC. I did feel that way ever since we did get the Splatfest World Premiere demo, and I still feel that way. So up on that screen, when we did get the announcement of the large scale paid DLC, we did get silhouettes of two characters, and yeah, that is pretty much Pearl and Marina. So I feel like with this DLC, we will get to see what Pearl and Marina have been up to, because they are not in the game at this current time of recording. I feel like we will get to play as Agent 8, and yeah, what I feel like will happen, Nintendo did say during the Direct, during the single player section, they did say find out what happens in the end of this Splatastic sort of series or something like that. They did make it seem like this will be the end of the current sort of timeline. They made it seem like the main story will just be a trilogy. So I feel like this DLC will set up the future of the series, wrap up anything sort of outstanding as well, and yeah, it will just be a good way for us to sort of have a glimpse of what will happen in a Splatoon 4, because I really do feel like we will get Splatoon in the future. Nintendo will not want to walk away from the series that has been doing really well for them. It is their most successful new IP they have ever made, apart from Wii Sports, apart from Wii Fit. But in terms of like a game that is more sort of suitable to the hardcore sort of audience, a series that is more sort of suited to gamers compared to Wii Sports, Wii Fit, that was more targeted at everybody, from people that don't play video games to people that do. But taking that into account, or just forgetting like the Wii Fit and Wii Sports series for a second, Splatoon is definitely Nintendo's most successful new IP they have made in the last decade. So Nintendo will not want to walk away from that. It is selling really well at the moment, almost 8 million copies sold to retail, about 6.7 million sold to us in just 1 month. Nintendo will not want to walk away from the Splatoon series. So even though what we currently know about Splatoon might be ending in terms of the story, I feel like it will carry on, and I feel like the perfect way to sort of set up a brand new storyline for the Splatoon series is to set it up within this DLC. Some people have complained about the gameplay for the story modes in Splatoon. Even though this series is mainly focused on the multiplayer, Nintendo have got many more series that are just single player focused. But maybe within this DLC, maybe they can sort of change up the gameplay a little bit and make it a little bit more open world, make it more sort of exploration sort of based. Maybe they can have like the world map play into account in this DLC, and we get to travel throughout the world of Splatoon. Maybe we will get to travel to a city that is focused on like a order sort of system. Maybe they can play into the order versus chaos Splatfest. Of course, chaos did win. That is how pretty much the single player is chaos focused. Maybe this DLC could be order focused. Maybe it could be set around a dictatorship sort of scenario. I don't know. I would like to see what we could have had. I would like to see what an order based story would have been like. Maybe the DLC will be the perfect way to do that. But I know a lot of people, they would like to explore the Splatlands a little bit more. Maybe this DLC could do that. If Nintendo are going to go further away from Inkopolis and the Splatlands, maybe this will be the perfect opportunity to introduce a new playable species to this series. Big Man is a manta ray. We cannot play as a manta ray. Maybe manta rays could be playable. Maybe salmonlings could be playable. Or sharklings could be playable. That could be a perfect way to sort of set up something new for the series. Just going back to my open world or more exploration sort of idea, maybe that is what large scale paid DLC is referring to. In terms of who the villain could be, maybe DJ Octavio could be the villain again, or maybe he is still working alongside you like what happened in the single player. Maybe Mr. Grizz will make his way back down to Earth. He is floating around in the credits. Maybe Lil Judd will help him get back to Earth. Maybe Lil Judd is like his assistant, or maybe Lil Judd is the new villain in the DLC. We get to see him wearing a headset. He is connected to Grisco Industries in some sort of way. Maybe we will get to see that in the DLC. A lot of people pointed out that Commander Tartar, his statue was seen in the Hammerhead Bridge stage, but I feel like he is dead. He will not come back to the series. Or maybe it will be something completely different. Maybe it will be someone new. Maybe it could be a new species like a shark species. Maybe like what we did see in the Project Splatoon 3 sort of fan-made concept by Squeaky back in the day that I did cover on the channel. The potential for this DLC is huge, but to be honest, if it's just more of the same in terms of the gameplay that we have seen at the moment in the story mode, then I will be perfectly happy with that, because I really do enjoy the story modes in Splatoon. I love the Octo expansion type levels. Maybe we will see more of that sort of type concept. Maybe it will be linear based, where you go from point A to point B. I will be perfectly happy with that. I'll be perfectly happy with more exploration as well. But this DLC is not only going to be massive in length, I believe. Based on the large scale paid description, maybe that will mean the DLC will cost more than the $20 the Octo expansion DLC did cost for Splatoon 2. But I feel like it will be massive for the series in terms of setting up what is next outside of the story, because Nintendo did make it seem like this story we have experienced so far will be ending with Splatoon 3. So I feel like this DLC will have to set up what will be happening for the next mainline game that will be happening on the next Nintendo console. Maybe this DLC could set up a spin-off game for the series as well. Maybe that is what will happen for the future of the series. But yeah, we will definitely get more multiplayer based games in the series, but maybe what is next will be a spin-off game. So yeah, this DLC will probably come out in 2023. Let me know your expectations in the comment section below. And yeah, I might make a video, like another video coming up, talking about what you have in mind for the series in terms of the DLC as well. So that is pretty much it for this video. I will see you in another one soon.